What's good, guys? It's your boy BmanDaKilla. Before you watch the video, do me a favor, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate that. I'm on the road to 1K and beyond. Also, hit that thumbs up to the video. Greatly appreciate that. Keeps me motivated to make videos, and also share the video around as well. I like getting this stuff out there to you guys. And if you got anyone else that's interested in my content, we greatly appreciate that. With that being said, hope you guys enjoy the video.
You know what time it is, right?
What time is it?
Good, guys, it's your boy BmanDaKilla, and I'm back with another video for you guys. So we are back on some more game theories, part 2 of the Doki Doki reaction. You didn't see the first one. I will have the first one on the top part of the screen or at the end of the video if you want to get caught up. But to everybody else, welcome back. You already know what we finna get into. I don't want to spoil anything. Let's all be surprised. But flip side of that, make sure you thumbs up the video, subscribe if you're new. We are on the road to 1K. Killa gang, you know how we motherfucking do. Let's go and hop into it. And we got her in the fucking picture.
Monika. Just Monika. Just Monika. Just Monika. Just Monika. Just Monika. Just Monika. So last time we began covering the creepy hidden mystery
Come on, man, with this shit.
You should not have deleted me, Monika. I am still here, and I still want my Yuri. Monika.
Wow.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to
That was a cool intro.
Theory, and my apologies for any technical difficulties we may be having during this series. So in part 1 of this theory,
that was a
we
cool
started
intro.
with a horror game hidden underneath the cute facade that is Doki Doki Literature Club. We found a letter hidden in plain sight alluding to human experiments and cults, all topics that appear in Yuri's book, The Portrait of Markov, a book that just so happens to have a mysterious eye on the cover. This all led me to concoct a theory that the 4 girls from the club are actually characters from another game. A horror game, in fact, being produced by Team Salvato, and that this is the reason that Monika turned sentient in Doki Doki. Her AI isn't meant to be contained in a mere visual novel game. But today is where things really start to go off the rails as we dive deeper into the Portrait of Markov mystery and cover the game within this game that's itself hiding a 3rd game. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you thought Monika was bad, well then, you should start getting really scared of Yuri. As you'll know if you finish the game, the character files in the game's directory play a huge role in the plot. Monika manipulates and deletes them one by one in a quest to make you love her. And ultimately, you have to delete Monika's file in order to reach the game's true ending. But there's more in these files than just character information. Each of them...
because you gotta change the files into something else. That's what I was trying to do the other day, but it was kind of tedious. And shouts out to everybody that did help me, though. I did appreciate it, but it was just too tedious. I'm like, man, I had to download all these programs. I had to go through back and forth. It just became too tedious, and it was pretty much taking all of my time in the day. And I'm like, I gotta stop. So either I watch the video knowing the truth of, or the inside truth of the game, or just watch these videos that my homie called Cali Go recommended. So yeah. So here we are.
A puzzle in and of themselves, left in the game to be solved by the fans. And 2 fans of DDLC in particular stepped up to the challenge. Reddit users MitHost and WarChamp7 dug deep into these files and uncovered their secrets, posting their findings to the Our Visual Novels subreddit. And the lore bits they uncovered broke the Portrait of Markov mystery wide open. So the character files on your computer start as .chr files,
which
isn't a real file format that programs can recognize. But that doesn't mean you can't open them. If you use a text editor like Notepad, you can absolutely see what's inside, and that's exactly what they did, with the text inside each file giving them clues as to what they should be doing next. Something about this visual novel makes me go through puberty. Yuri's file was the easiest to crack. It started as a bunch of random letters and numbers, but that pile of letter vomit was actually text encoded in base 64. It's an encoding technique that converts binary data into text, specifically ASCII text, the same stuff that Bob built his army using a few years ago on YouTube. That may sound like it's really hard to decode, but all you have to do is copy it and paste it into a base 64
I tried doing that,
like
it wasn't working. talking.
When you decrypt Yuri's file, you'll see that it's actually a short story, a creepypasta which the game's director Dan Salvato confirmed that he wrote over 2 years ago and just stuck in the game as an Easter egg. It's a spooky story to be sure, but it seems to be just that, an Easter egg. A red herring. It is nothing compared to everything else hidden in these other character files. Netsuki's file came next, which, when opened in a text editor, gave the clue that this should be opened as a PNG file. Changing the extension resulted in this odd discolored image.
It turned into that girl. They finna show the girl.
This color.
I seen this on the website. They finna change the outlook of the screen, and it's gonna turn to a girl. I hate to spoil it, but that's what they basically gonna do.
What happens when you invert?
I know because I seen this picture first, and it showed all of each one, whatever steps they did to form that girl. If you was in the last episode, you'll know what I'm talking about. It was like a white girl's face on there, whatever. She had like no pupils or nothing. This is basically what it is.
Raised. So reversing that inversion, the picture suddenly starts to look like
See?
a real picture. And not just any sort of picture.
You see her lips, her eyes.
Rotate the image and wrap that texture around a 3D cone, then look at the cone from above, and it turns into an image of a mysterious blonde woman with whited out eyes. This woman doesn't resemble any of the other characters in the game, or anyone talked about by him. So perhaps then she's a character from the other game being developed by Team Salvato. Maybe it's Alyssa, the girl suffering strange illness that we heard mentioned in the letter found in the last episode.
Just thinking that.
Monika's character file, when converted into a PNG, turns out to be an image of a ring with a square of black and white.
And then was a code 010101.
It's a QR code, was what I initially thought, but nope, it's actually way more complicated than that. And huge compliments to the guys on Reddit for solving this one. It's actually binary, computer language. It's a bunch of ones and zeros, where one number is represented by the color black and the other number is represented by the color white. So what Midhost did was to take those black and white pixels and convert them line by line into strings of binary, then convert that binary sequence into alphanumeric text using an online converter, which resulted in yet another pile of letters and numbers. But these should be starting to look a bit more familiar, right? It's more base 64 code, which when converted reveals a note that really starts to bring all this together.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Who are you? I can't see you, but I know you're there. Yeah, you can definitely hear me. You've been watching for a while now, right? I guess I should introduce myself or something. My name is... Actually, that's stupid. You obviously already know my name. Sorry. Anyway, I'm guessing if you were able to put a stop to this, you would have done it by now. I mean, I know you're not
Monika, you got a
evil
cute-ass
or
voice.
anything, because you've already helped me so much. I really should thank you for that. For everything you've done. You're really like a friend to me. So, thank you. So much. I think more than anything else, I really don't want it all to be for nothing. Everyone else is dead. Maybe you already know that. I'm sure you do, actually. But it doesn't have to be that way, right? Well, there's a lot of stuff I don't understand. I don't even know if it's possible for me to understand it, but I know that this isn't my only story. I can see that now, really clearly. And I think everyone else has had that same kind of experience. Some kind of deja vu. It's the third eye, right?
Whoa.
I could be totally wrong about this, but I really think you might be able to do something. I think you might be able to go back, or however you want to put it, to go back and tell them what's going to happen. If they know ahead of time, then they should be able to avoid it. They should. If they remember their time with me in the other worlds, they should remember what I tell them. Yeah, I really think this might be possible, but it's up to you. I'm sorry for always being so, never mind. I know that's wrong. This is my story. It's time to be an epic hero. Both of us. 2018!
Whoa, 2018.
Wow, that is a lot to unpack, so let's get to it. First, it seems pretty clear that this was written by Monika, as evidenced by the "you've been watching me for a while now" and "you already know my name" lines. It also seems to be written after Doki Doki's true ending, where she destroys the game. Notice how she comments that there's something you as a player can't stop, something that's killed everyone else, which is why she destroyed the game in the first place. But now come the bizarre parts. She says that she's experienced some sort of deja vu, and that this isn't her only story, supporting the idea that she's coming from somewhere else, perhaps once again a different game. And it's not just her either, it's all four of them. Quote, everyone else has had the same kind of experience.
What?
What's most exciting though is her suggesting that perhaps we as the player can, quote, go back and tell them what's going to happen. If they know ahead of time, they should be able to avoid it. Meaning that we're going to be tasked with trying to jog their memories, or that in this new game there'll be some sort of Easter egg calling back to the events of Doki Doki. Quote, if they remember their time with me in other worlds. Other worlds, like other games that these characters have been used in. That maybe we can do something in these other games to warn the girls and prevent Doki Doki from ever happening in the first place. And the conclusion is pretty much the most blatant. Team Salvato has another game coming in 2018, and in this game, Monika isn't the villain, she's the hero. Of everything in Monika's letter, though, one reference in particular really stands out, blaming this deja vu on what she calls the third eye. And it's not
from
just
that
Monika
book
either. This third eye is hidden throughout
from
the
that
time
book
with the literature club. During Act 2, you're always given 2 regular poems. Once the game starts to break, the first poem that Netsuki gives
has
you
all
is a
that
string
text
of
on
random
there,
letters and numbers, which at this point we're old pros at decoding. Using base 64, the text reveals a creepy hidden poem titled Open Your Third Eye, which describes the narrator taking pleasure in stabbing someone to death. The second poem that Yuri gives you seems, at first
that's
glance,
from
be a huge
Yuri.
block of random words, but hidden in plain sight at the end of it is another ominous passage that describes a compulsive stabbing and concludes with the line, quote, the lust continues to linger through my veins. An ache in my muscles stems from the unreleased tension experienced by my entire body. Her third eye is drawing me closer.
Oh,
that's
my
3
goodness.
characters now who've brought up this third eye. The same eye that happens to be described on the cover of the portrait of Markov.
Exactly.
And remember what Yuri said about the plot of the book last episode.
Damn
All the
eyeball
people
things.
trapped in the human experiments at the religious camp have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. That trait is undeniably the third eye. All of this points to Team Salvato's new game being about human experimentation, researching a psychic phenomenon that involves uncontrollable bloodlust in the people exposed.
I'm trying to play it off.
Which
Well,
brings us to
that
the
shit
last
low-key
piece
just
of the
scared the
puzzle,
fuck out of me.
Sayori's character file, which is by far the trickiest to decipher. In order to unlock its secrets, you need to convert it into an OGG audio file, which sounds like a lot of random noise at first.
Yeah, I tried to do that the other day
and then
too.
apply a spectrograph to that visualization, you reveal a QR code that, when scanned, takes you to the website projectlibbatina.com. Whew, that is a ton of work just to reach a page of plain text. But the information contained within that text is eye-opening. Third eye-opening, that is. The page is an examination report dated January 5th, 2004, which describes horrifying experiments being performed on a 3-year-old psychic girl with the first name Libbatina. Her last name is left blank. Another blank name appears at the bottom of the page. Another subject who was terminated earlier.
Alyssa.
Based on the context of the redacted poem we covered last episode, it's my guess that this girl is Alyssa. Even the number of letters in Alyssa match the number of redacted letters in the name. That's far from the only parallel to the portrait of Markov that we see here, though. A note to the head doctor at the bottom of the page reads, quote, you are choosing to avoid the measures necessary to prevent a repeat scenario, Doctor. Will you not have as much faith in your personnel as you do in your God? End quote. Yuri says that the book is set in a religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison, which lines up pretty well
is that
with
supposed
this
to be
mysterious
Monika?
doctor's reported
No, or
devotion
Yuri.
to a god of some kind, and the redacted poem's allusion to joining this mysterious family. Judging from the various notes on this webpage, the tests performed on the 3-year-old were all about activating Libbatina's third eye, that lust for blood, which proved successful, but then, based on the failed test results, Libbatina is then unable to suppress. But not only are we getting more and more clues as to the next game Team Salvato is working on, we're actually seeing exactly how our favorite club mates are gonna fit into the story, because I am confident 3-year-old Libbatina grows up to be one of the 4 girls we see in Doki Doki Literature Club. And what's more, I can prove exactly which one it is. Libbatina is a 3-year-old, and her height and weight are both average for her age,
it's Yuri. It's Yuri.
There. But if we look a bit further down the page, we see
Yuri.
a list of noted behaviors that the researchers say should be ignored in future
Because she's the
examinations.
oldest, I
Twitching,
think.
vocal tics, biting, epiphoria, vomiting, screaming, harm to examiner, harm to self, misplaced laughter. There's one character who displays almost all of these traits during Doki Doki Literature Club, particularly in that second act. Yuri. Once the game bugs out, Yuri's dialogue becomes the most erratic. We repeatedly see her eyes twitching when she talks to us, she screams a fair bit, laughs erratically at a few points, and that bit about self-harm? Hell, I don't think I need to explain that one. But these aren't the only clues that we have to go on. There are two more things that absolutely confirm that Yuri is Libbatina. The first is her age. Libbatina was born January 5th, 2001, which would make her 17 years old in 2018, the year that Project Libbatina is set to release. As the only member of the Literature Club in senior year, Yuri is the only one of the girls in the right age range to be Libbatina. But there's also one more piece of crucial evidence that absolutely clinches this theory, and the evidence isn't found in the game itself, or even in its data, or a random hidden webpage, but rather in the Doki Doki Literature Club merchandise store. Yeah! This guy is hiding clues in more places than Scott Cawthon. Team Salvato might not be offering much in terms of merch items, but the few items that are present reveal some very interesting details. So let's look at the posters. 4 of them are simply CG of each girl taken straight from the game. Nothing too exciting there. Another 4 are creepy original artwork featuring iconic quotes from the characters. Between all of these, there's this running motif of the girls being tied up in a red string. Even Monika has a bow wrapped around her, but Yuri doesn't seem to possess
the art is kind of fire.
In fact,
though.
all of the red strings seem to be emerging from her heart, from this flower, whatever this is, ensnaring all the other girls. An allusion to Libbatina's psychic influence over everyone else. But if that doesn't convince you, there are 2 more posters for sale featuring original artwork. One of these is a surprisingly cute picture of Monika handing you the song she sings you at the end of the game. It's cute. It's very cute. The last poster, called Yuri Unhinged, is a bit different. And when I say a bit different, I mean completely different from anything else in the game or on the site. It shows a quiet Yuri sitting in the classroom at sunset, toying with a knife. For someone unhinged, her posture seems oddly relaxed, even confident. In fact, it's the most confident we've ever seen.
Oh, she's sitting in the challenge. Is that bitch floating?
And behind her, we see all sorts of ominous text scrawled on the blackboard.
I didn't even see that.
Right, we see a poster.
The third eye.
Poster with a big ol' Illuminati confirmed eye in the middle and the words "Help me" scribbled along the top. This is the third eye, Yuri's third eye, and this is the only artwork where we see it depicted. Illuminati confirmed, Yuri as Libbatina confirmed. Doki Doki Literature Club isn't just a free game made to promote Team Salvato's upcoming horror title, it's a part of Project Libbatina. Monika is the upcoming game's protagonist, while Yuri is the monster at the center of the story, Libbatina herself. This is why Yuri was so attached to the Portrait of Markov story. It is her story, and the disconnect from being put in the wrong game is the reason that Monika becomes self-aware. But hey, that's
Damn. Wow. Okay. Okay. This shit getting juicy. Okay, so basically what the gist of it was, so they pretty much said, so the girl we saw earlier with the pale eyes and the skin, whatever, that's basically supposedly that's Alyssa. But in the next game, I guess Monika is supposed to be the protagonist and Yuri is the antagonist. And so that whole paper that they found is supposed to be pretty much Yuri. But I already figured it was Yuri. I was like, throughout the whole game, I'm like, there's a connection. And I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, even though Monika did all the shit and got them killed, I know Yuri had something to do with it just because what she was reading, the symptoms she was showing of how she was before she even snapped. And just like the stuff I was reading. So now with this theory video, with this one, now everything is coming to fruition in my brain now. So I'm like, wow, okay. So yeah, man, that was the second video, man. Let me know you guys' thoughts about it, man. I'm still trying to process this shit right now as we speak. But we got one more video to do, and yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far, because I'm really like invested in this shit. and everything. And as I said, if you did not see the live stream, I have that in the description down below, and the previous video for the first one and everything, to get you guys caught up. All right, so that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
You can't win the bag, yeah, the rebels, nigga, we the fucking best. Y'all don't want it, y'all can't want it, y'all shouldn't want it, we the worst opponent. Got so much saying, got so many problems, got so many haters, they the motivators. I'm a cake chaser, not a hoe chase, I'm a money maker. Fucking hater.